I didn't invite Jerry for nothing.
Oh, this is somebody you paid to come. Oh.
Jerry the elder must speak.
Ah.
I think it's somewhere when, other than his mother and perhaps David, I've known Lee a little longer. He was 16 years old. So if you calculate that, that's for you a quarter of a century ago. God forbid. But he was an unusual boy, this one. And this is kind of a roast of his mother a little bit too, because she doesn't mind, I think, because she's my pal. But she came down to Snobel's hardware store in Almas Park, and I own a little store in a little building, and Tom ran it, and she says, "I've got a son that needs a job."
I got that job on my own.
No. You were preceded by your mother.
No, wait a minute. He was the only one who applied with a bow tie.
Well, number one, there wasn't a job. Tom was too tight to hire summer help, and made everybody just stress. That's right.
Oh my God!
Hobbs was the
Back to hard record.
Hobbs was the first one who came to work there, I believe, and what's so interesting about that is that I recall, and I was just there on the weekends coming by checking numbers. I was a number man, and I didn't even know what a Phillips screwdriver was. But the point is that Tom kept saying, you know, Benny's son, he's a very interesting young man. I said, good. And he says, he spends so much time with the customer. I said, but that's what you say this little hardware store's about. He said, he'll spend 30 minutes explaining a hexagon and its screw. And he said, in the meantime, I can sell 3 lawnmowers.
He's still selling lawnmowers, and he's selling.
How prophetic this was. I remember telling Tom, don't you worry about it. I've been saying this all of his life. Don't you worry about him. He's okay. And I said, he's going to end up figuring out a way to sell $200 or $300 or $700 Cheryl Wagner fixtures and nuts and bolts, not what you're selling at 3 cents.
Yeah.
And it's so funny, and that's exactly
But you were
where
right.
he headed.
Yes. You can see it.
Well, let's see what else I had here. Somewhere, I probably should tell this story.
Oh, we have to tell it now.
Somewhere
I think we're all
around
old enough.
high school, yes, I'm sure that. Somewhere after, during Cornell or whatever, I think Hobbs had to have a little conversation with his mother about a sexual preference, and Betty, being a very contemporary but very spiritual and special lady and mother who sometimes has to hear these things, and I don't know whether this is true or not, but I think it is true. Okay, I believed it all along. That Hobbs said, you know, this is mother. There's nothing unusual about this. There are a lot of brilliant people. There are a lot of intellectuals and that are gay, and then it's just going to be perfectly okay. And he says, and even the boys at the hardware store, Tom and Sal and all that sort of thing, them too. And Betty says, not my hardware store.